So Potensic have stepped up their game with this exciting new product. What's it all about? Let's do this. So hello and welcome once again to the channel on this very fine day here in the UK. So Potensic have reached out to me once again with their latest release for their Atom 2. That's this little fella just here. Now the Atom 2, as some of you already know, is a great little drone which I've featured on the channel before. But more recently it's had some new features and a huge hardware upgrade which I'm coming on to shortly. But let's just recap. Here's some of the key features and functions that this little fella has got. It has a maximum flight time of up to 32 minutes, wind resistant up to level 5. It has a 1/2 inch Sony CMOS sensor with 48 megapixel still capture. It shoots HDR, standard and night modes. It has dynamic home points, making tracking more safer. AI night mode, otherwise known as AI Super Night, for enhanced low light shooting, raising ISO up to 25,000 to better capture shadows and details in low lighting conditions. It has panorama mode, wide 180 degrees, and sphere panorama, which is also supported. One of the nice features is the defog mode. This helps reduce haze fog in footage to maintain clarity. It supports Pixel Sync 4 transmission tech, enabling 1080p live feed and long range control up to 10 kilometers. Obviously that's line of sight. AI tracking modes, spotlight, follow and parallel, cruise control, quick shots and cinematic moves, including dolly zoom and the latest roll effect, which has been introduced recently on other drones. This came in a firmware upgrade a few months ago. Vertical shooting using cropped image. All these and many more from Potensic. But that's not all. Potensic have now gone one step further and introduced their latest controller, the PTD-1. So the latest controller from Potensic has a built-in 5.5 inch screen. The screen brightness is 700 nits and hosts a new all-round look with a better menu system. Some of the key highlights are ready to fly instantly with no connection to a mobile phone or extra cables. Safer and more immersive, less interference from being disturbed by interruptions on your mobile phone. No worrying about battery levels on your mobile. Like I've just said, it has 10 kilometer transmission range with a 1080p real-time video feedback and low 120 milliseconds latency. The battery life on the PTD-1 is 6,400 milliamps with a 3-hour flight time. It offers 27 watts fast charging, which means you can charge the controller 90% in an hour and 20 minutes. It has built-in 32 gig storage and it's expandable with its SD card slot. One-handed takeoff feature, making hand launching simple. It has screenshot and screen record functions, enabling telemetry for your videos if you're a creator or you just want to include them in your footage. Now, although it's only 700 nits brightness, it's pretty bright even on sunny days. It has quick access menus, enabling you to change settings quickly without having to go into the main menus themselves. One of the nice upgrades that comes with the firmware is the ability to now shoot in P-Log, which is nice if you like flat color profile and you like to add LUTs or color grading to your footage. The roll effect, which was added a couple of months ago, is also a nice added feature, which is also found in the quick shot menu and is controlled via the software. Now, if you already own the Atom 2, this little fella just here, then you can pick up this controller separately to add it to your kit. And one of the nice things is, with it being the same size, it fits neatly into the same slot in the bag, and there's even enough room to leave the sticks attached. The upgraded antennas give it a better range, now having dual antennas rather than the one on the previous version, hence the 10 kilometer range. It's very well built and it's ergonomically friendly, very similar to the last model, which I find nice and comfortable to fly with. Setting up is quite straightforward. You will need to upgrade the firmware and sign into your account if you are an existing user, or simply create one if you're new to Potensic. It comes as a controller only package, as I've just said, so if you already have the Atom 2, you can purchase this to go along with your kit that you already have. If you haven't got the Atom 2, you can buy it as a Fly More package, which comes with everything ready to fly, 3 batteries which all charge simultaneously, and a nice carry bag which fits everything in, ready for any travel situation. If you buy the controller alone, as with most electronic equipment these days, you will need a USB type charger. But I find the 30-watt charger is more than enough to cope with this type of controller. The size compared to the old one is very similar. In fact, with the mobile phone installed, you can see it's slightly smaller in size. The PTD-1 weighs in at 455 grams, whereas the original comes in at 429 grams, and that's without any phone installed. That's considerably lighter with the built-in screen. So what's my opinion? Well, I like it. I think it's a nice, comfortable, ergonomical grip. You've got the 2 recesses there for your fingers. It's got the dual antennas, which I like, which makes the range better. I do like the fact that the sticks are away from the screen, so your hands don't come into contact with the screen when you're out flying. As you can see, it's got lanyard connections at the bottom there. That means you can obviously attach a lanyard, and that saves you from dropping it. Plenty of storage space, 32 gig, and expandable with the SD card slot, as I said earlier. One of the things I've noticed is at the moment the screen recordings and screenshots are saved to the internal memory, even when switching to the SD card. Maybe that could be a fix in a firmware upgrade. Nevertheless, it's a great upgrade from the original controller, and I think Potensic have definitely got this right. So there we go. That's the PTD-1 controller from Potensic for the Atom 2, and it's a nice bit of kit. It's got an inbuilt fan, by the way, if I didn't mention that, so it keeps it nice and cool in the hot summer days. There we go. That's the video wrapped up. If you found it useful and informative, and you like the idea of this type of controller, I will leave links down in the description to the website, and also for the controller on its own, or if you're thinking about buying the Fly More combo for the Atom 2 and you get that controller along with it, links will be down in the description. I think it's a great move from Potensic, and they're certainly giving other companies a run for the money at the moment. So there we go. If you found it useful and informative, as always, don't forget, give us the old thumbs up. And if you're new around here, why don't you consider subscribing, dinging a dong, and all the rest of it goes with it. I'm sure you know me by now. And you might like to watch those couple of videos I've chosen for you over there. And if you do, I shall see you over there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.